Hello and welcome to Capstone Cannabis News, your number one source for information on hemp, cannabis, and marijuana in the world today. My name is Frank and I'm here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
In our last episode, we discussed the media coverage of cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome, otherwise known as Scromiting, when the disorder was first documented and the claims being made in the mainstream media. Today we take a look at the details and try to separate fact from fiction. Is Scromiting really caused by cannabis, or is it possible that other factors are at play? Let's discuss what we know so far. The first case of cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome was diagnosed in 2004 and stems from a case that was documented in 1996. So how is the disorder diagnosed? Do they document the products being used by the patient? Do they test for contaminants? No, there is no chemical analysis whatsoever. The diagnosis for CHS comes from anyone who is a regular user of cannabinoid products whose symptoms improve when they cease consumption. Humans have used cannabis throughout recorded history, and nobody was scromiting until 1996. This is around the same time that synthetic cannabinoids started to become popular in head shops and among street dealers looking for a way to add extra potency to black market cannabis products. The legal market in California, which saw rapid expansion in the late 90s and early 2000s, became a place where poorly grown cannabis flower and products intended for a legal market would be forced into the black market due to their lack of purity and potency. The high demand for cannabis combined with an emerging legal market meant a flood of products could be produced in an environment with little oversight, and anything declined by legitimate dispensaries would be funneled to the black market. In a blog post made by ACS Laboratory, they discuss a study that was performed by cannabis testing company CannaSafe, where they obtained and tested 10 illegal vape products. All 10 tested positive for myclobutanol contamination, a pesticide also known as Eagle 20, which is not federally regulated in cannabis products but is illegal to use on tobacco crops. Applying heat to Eagle 20 releases hydrogen cyanide, which can lead to respiratory and neurological illness. It is worth noting that the same study also tested products obtained from legal dispensaries, and all legal products tested clean with no myclobutanol contamination. The fact is, there is no solid evidence that cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome is caused specifically by cannabinoid consumption. There are a variety of other factors that need to be taken into consideration and studied before we unfairly demonize a natural substance that humans have been consuming throughout recorded history with no mention of these kind of side effects. In my opinion, corporate control and intervention from the pharmaceutical industrial complex is destroying the beauty of cannabis culture. Naturally occurring, mind-altering substances have traditionally been viewed as sacred and left in the hands of shamans and spirit guides who understood that the mechanisms of these substances cannot be fully understood through chemical analysis alone. Their effects are highly subjective, and it is best if they are consumed with guidance so you have assistance from someone who is able to recognize when you are drifting into a negative space. By dissecting cannabis into its individual chemical components, making concentrated THC products commonplace, and devaluing the minor cannabinoids that occur in the cannabis plant, we have created a Frankenstein's monster that lacks compassion, enlightenment, and its connection to nature. We don't need a government-controlled legal market, we need to completely remove the cannabis plant and all naturally occurring cannabinoids from the controlled substance list. Every person should have the right to grow their own cannabis to ensure that there is no chemical contamination. Pick a strain that is right for you and use your cannabis freely without government oversight or intervention, the way nature intended. Thank you for watching, and remember, all money is fiat currency with no intrinsic value.